Hi, this is Tom from WMT, here with another Tom's Tips, a range of videos where I give my thoughts on problems and questions raised by my students and viewers. Today, I'll be talking about setting goals for yourself. One of the things I find can bottleneck anyone's progress on an instrument is not having clearly defined goals to work towards. And it might be the case at times that one of my students or someone who's just started coming for lessons with me has set goals for themselves, but these goals might be unrealistic when you take into account their experience at that time. Now, it's a good thing to have a vision of where you want to be and what you'd like to do with an instrument, but if all your goals are set too high with no planning for the work you'll need in between, these goals might be better described merely as dreams or even just as a fantasy. So I'd like to share the method I encourage my students to adopt and the one I use myself. We're going to split our goals and targets into a tiered system with 4 individual levels. Each piece of music that you hear and every piece of music that you want to learn could be categorised and placed into one of these levels. And as you progress on your instrument, you'll be able to shift piece of music from one tier to another, redefining them as your skills get stronger. The first tier I'll describe is what I call the long-term study tier. This would include all the songs, pieces of music and difficult passages of music that you like the sound of and want to learn, but at the moment it's not really within your grasp. You'll need to do some extra study and practice some other things to help you get there. I'd set a long-term goal in this category at something between 6 months and a year to complete. You might dip in and out of this work occasionally to test the water and then dedicate more time to it as the months move on, but because it'll be outside of your comfort zone right now, you'll need to do other things to be playing in the meantime. This is where you can start to structure your practice with the help of the other tier levels. The next tier I'll get you to think about is what I call the middle study level. This could be something that's related to a long-term goal you have and be helping towards it, but it could also be something that you'd like to learn on its own as a separate study. These are pieces of music or songs that you like and you think you could achieve within 3 to 6 weeks. Following on from the middle study tier, the next level I'll suggest is the short-term study tier. These are pieces of music and songs that might just take a few days to get your fingers around, but at the most, a week to get through. And the same can be true as it was for the middle study tier. These can be things related to longer term goals, or they can be completely separate things that you might just want to learn. This brings me on to the final tier. This is the one I feel is the most important for building your repertoire and all the techniques and experience you'll need for attempting more involved pieces of music later on. I call this one the quick study level, and you can use it every day. These are songs and pieces of music that you know are within your grasp, and something which you could get through in anything up to an hour. For beginners, this could be just running through the chords to a song from a busker's book, or for a more experienced player, it could be making some ground on a solo. But as the name suggests, these are to be quick studies, so only spend a short amount of time on this music and choose something different to vary it up in your next practice session. Following this method, you're going to get a good mix of things in your routine. You'll have long-term goals, and you'll be able to structure your practice and find that route to mastering the things that you want to with the help of other songs to study. I'll give you an example of how this can work, and for that I'll need a hand. So I'll bring on my guest. Thanks for coming. Tell us about yourself. Whoa, what's up dude? Name's Johnny. And Johnny, how long have you played guitar? 2 weeks man, 2 weeks. And what would be something you'd like to play, but you know it'll take some work? Oh, Metallica, awesome stuff, killer solos. So Johnny's been playing for 2 weeks and he'd ultimately like to play demanding music like Metallica. If we take that as a long-term project, Johnny might try some of their songs from time to time, learn bits here and there and have a go at playing it. But he'll also need other things to build up his skills. For quick studies, I'll suggest that Johnny works through songs that mainly use chords. And he'll need to work on his scales to be able to play the solos. So to help with that, we'll set short-term studies of guitar instrumentals. Then, for middle tier studies, let's try songs that are kind of heavy and pushing his comfort zone, but not as full on as Metallica. And while Johnny's learning and working on all these things, he'll be building all the skills he needs to ultimately play his Metallica songs later on down the line. Oh wow, that's awesome man, thanks a lot. This is an example of how we can start working towards a goal which at first might seem like an impossible task. We're breaking down the things that we'll need to be able to play at that standard that we want and supporting that from the ground up with other music that will build our skills as we learn it. We can be working on all these things at the same time. And because we have a time frame for each song or piece that we're learning, it'll give us some structure to work towards the long-term goals in a steady way. I think the video's done now, Johnny. Oh, wow. See you later, man. Had a great time. I hope this video's been helpful, maybe entertaining. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the channel so far. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you'd like to see more from me when I upload new videos. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a share, and if there's something you'd like me to cover in a future video, or you want to let me know what you think, just drop me a line in the comments below. Thanks for watching, see you next time.